Shout out to Elon Musk for refusing to bend the knee. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Elon Musk speaking at the DealBook Summit put on by New York Times and hosted by Andrew Ross Sorkin of CNBC. Now, this is a pretty high stakes, high profile event. If you remember, they hosted Sam Bankman-Fried. I believe that was last year or the year before last, after he had already been arrested. So a pretty important event. And in my humble opinion, Elon Musk stole the show when he was asked a question about the advertiser boycott and some anti-Semitic tweets and things of that nature, when he started cursing on stage, talking about go F yourself. Now, before we get into all that, and I do have video of it, let's back up a little bit here to explain what's going on and to give some proper context. Now, as I said, there is currently an advertiser boycott against Twitter for a couple of reasons. First thing, let's check it out right here. This is a tweet that Elon had boosted, and he's being accused of anti-Semitism because of it. Let's read it right quick. I'm not sure who this person is that he was responding to. Somebody blue check. You guys can look it up. He says, okay, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. I'm deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest S now about Western Jewish populations coming to the disturbing. There's more, but you kind of understand. It's about Jewish people, publications, some not all, pushing anti-white rhetoric. And then Elon responded and said, you have said the actual truth. Now, that right there got him in a lot of hot water. They're calling them anti-Semitic. And then you have Media Matters, this company, and my humble opinion, very left-wing company. They are staging the boycott against them. What they did was publish a report that says extremist content on Twitter, now known as X, was appearing next to ads for Disney and et cetera, so on and so forth. So a lot of these big companies have pulled their money out of Twitter. And if you know about social media, they are dependent upon advertiser revenue. Twitter has the $8 a month pay per use model if you want certain features and the blue check and everything else, but that's not going to come anywhere close to ad rev. That's going to be the lifeblood of all social media platforms that are free. They make the money from their advertising. So if there's a boycott, now we got a problem. Now, some said that he went to Israel, spoke to Benjamin Netanyahu right after the whole advertiser thing blew up, to try and bend the knee, to try and kiss the ring and apologize. You see this headline right here. This is on Al Jazeera. He says, Elon Musk's Israel trip. What was the purpose? What did he tell Netanyahu? And then the subhead, ex-CEO, which, you know, X is now Twitter, or Twitter is now X. Ex-CEO Elon Musk, who has been accused of platforming anti-Semitic posts, visits Kibbutzim attacked by Hamas. All right, so that's what's going on. Now, Elon said, look, the Israel trip was already planned before the whole advertiser kerfuffle happened. I'm not bending the knee. It's not an apology tour. It's nothing like that. And if you want to take your ads away from us, y'all know what to do. You can stick it where the sun don't shine. Now, before I go any further into it, let's go ahead and get into the actual clip. If you want to see the clip in full, link, as always, will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio. Go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
What was that trip like? And obviously, you know that there's a public perception that, and you're clarifying this now, but there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go f yourself.
But
go f yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is. Hey, Bob.
Now, he's waving to Bob Iger. Bob Iger is the CEO of Disney. That's the boss of all bosses. You're talking about they own everything. ESPN, ABC, they own the whole shebang. The whole shebang they own.
Here in the audience.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
F-Y.
I understand that, but there's a reality too, right?
Yes. No.
I mean, he's asking a good question. Like, I understand both points of view, but it's a good question because what he's saying is that, hey, we're talking about a company, we're talking about money. Again, this is Andrew Ross Sorkin, CNBC. We're talking about money. How are you guys going to make money if there's no advertising revenue or if there's a dramatic decrease in it? What are you going to do?
Yacarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, no, totally. No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say, Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform, right?
They're going to say it's going to be a combination. Some are going to say that Elon killed it, as people said that he would kill it from the very beginning. I remember people said that Elon would take it over and kill it. Right when he came in and began to make changes, there were murmurs about him potentially killing the company. Oh, he didn't know what he's doing. Stick to selling cars, stick to green energy, electric vehicles, all that kind of stuff. Shooting rockets into space. What you know about social media? They're going to say that he killed it. And then some are going to say, well, the advertisers, they killed it because of some false information from Media Matters and a lack of freedom of speech and things of that nature. It's going to be a combination. But I wonder how many would be on the side of saying that Elon did it, and who would be on the side of saying that the advertisers did it? Or would it be a combination of both? That's what I want to know. But I think they both have a point.
That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
This goes back to
we'll both make our cases,
right?
And we'll see what the outcome is.
What are the economics of that for you? I mean, you have enormous resources, so you can actually keep this company going for a very long time. Would you keep it going for a long time if there was no advertising?
You know what I think is going on? I think he's keeping the company afloat right now because Twitter cannot really be profitable right now. I don't see how. I don't really see how. In the midst of all this stuff that's going on, the advertiser boycott, plus the rising costs, and you get all kind of government pressure on you, and the government can make your life miserable when it comes to finances. So I presume they're not profitable right now. It's got to be a lot of his own money. He spent $40 billion to acquire it. And it's just like buying a mansion. I think I saw an interview with Evander Holyfield, former heavyweight champ boxer. He said he paid, I'm not sure how many millions of dollars for a mansion. It might have been 20 million, 40 million, some big amount of money for this crazy mansion out there. I believe it might be the one that Rick Ross has right now in the Atlanta area. But he said it costs $1 million a year to maintain it, $1 million per year to maintain it. So if you paid $40 billion to purchase it, how much does it cost to maintain it? Aside from trying to get ad revenue.
I mean, if the company fails because of an advertiser boycott, it will fail because of an advertiser boycott. And that will be what bankrupted the company, and that's what everybody on Earth will know.
But what do you think then of the, again, this goes back to the idea of trust, though.
Then it'll be gone. And it'll be gone because of an advertiser boycott.
But you recognize that some of those people are going to say that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. And I just wonder and ask you and think about that for a second.
Tell it to the judge.
But the judge.
Lawsuit coming. So I think I see the play, and I think I read this on Twitter. The play could be, okay, you guys want to attack my company with false information, and it's done with malicious intent to try and bankrupt the company. Now, I'm going to say that this is a wrongful action against me, discrimination, and now we can go to court and we can litigate and we can get right back on deck because of some court action. I don't know, man. That might be a long shot, but we'll see.
The judge is going to be...
The judge is the public.
All right, so there we have it. That is an excerpt from the DealBook Summit. There's more, of course. I will link to the full DealBook Summit interview with Andrew Ross Sorkin, Elon Musk in the description box if you want to check it out there. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Elon for signing up to the mob, because what happens with social media companies is that they get bullied by two main sources. And at a certain point, it might be one main source, but let's just talk about two for now. The federal government. Oh, you can't talk about that because, you know, we're trying to sell these shots. And if you allow ABL to go on YouTube and talk about how bad the shot could be or the risks of the shot, that's going to decrease the demand. And we got this crazy supply. We didn't already spent so much money, so we got to make our money back. What are we doing? And then you have the advertisers. Hey, man, you know, I don't like what you did over there. My aunt, my wife, and my kids don't like this particular tweet, so we're not going to continue our advertising campaign. I think that you might be a bad person. We're not going to continue our advertising campaign. We're going to take punitive action against you because we don't like your particular thought process as a person who is the owner of the company. That's kind of what's going on. The federales and the advertisers. Those are the main two people that bully social media companies. The users, normies like you and I, we might have some kind of say, but really the boss of all bosses is the federal government, big daddy government, and then the money people, the advertisers. That's where it comes from. And I'm glad that he stood up to these people and said, we're not going to have it. I'm not going to be bullied. I'm not going to be blackmailed with money. Shout out to him. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what Elon Musk said? Do you think that he's being genuine? Do you think that he wants to go to court and fight these companies? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I like what he said here. I like that he stood up to these people because at a certain point, they need to be stood up to. They are so powerful. They can pretty much do whatever they want. And nobody has any say so. Federal government and the big money people, the advertisers. You control the money, you control the world. You control the rules, you control the laws, you control that, you could control the world as well. These two entities have become so powerful, it's ridiculous. And I think the worst offender is the federal government because they have no legal oversight. And when there is legal oversight, they can kind of just circumvent it because of who they are. And it kind of goes with the money people as well. They're like hand in hand, unfortunately. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.